झूम उठे सारी दुनिया झूम उठे वो गीत सुनाए साथी जय मिर्जा की जय मिर्जा की
Karoba ajalo kal muqaddar. The destined time of your death is near. बहुत थोड़े दिन रह गए हैं. उस दिन सब पर उदासी छा जाएगी. Very few days are left. Everyone on that day will be struck by grief.
जय मिर्जा की.
Such were the revelations received by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the promised Messiah and Mahdi, in and around 1905, only 3 years before his demise. And it was then that he wrote his will, Al-Wasiyat. One would naturally expect the leader of a religious community to expressly declare how he wanted his successorship to be after he left this world. And this is what he did. But some thought that it was in the form of hints and indications and not very clearly explained. This small group thought that there is mention of an Anjuman or an administrative body that would run the affairs after him. However, the vast majority held that he had alluded to Caliphate or Khilafat to be his successor. The reference to Khilafat being his successor was quite clear. He wrote in very clear words that just as Allah the Almighty had appointed Hazrat Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu after the death of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will in the same way manifest his power after his, i.e. the promised Messiah's demise. But the question raised was, why did he not mention in a clear-cut way that he would be succeeded by Khilafat? Well, in this never-before-seen writing of the promised Messiah, we bring to you the answer in his own words.
खिलाफत इर्तिकाए नस्ल इंसानी की सूरत है खिलाफत इर्तिकाए.
A Mustafa Hussain Zaidi from Lucknow in India wrote to the promised Messiah alayhi salam asking why Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had left no clear will as to his successorship. Had he done so, the dispute that struck Islam right after him could have been avoided. Replying to this long letter, the promised Messiah alayhi salam wrote, and I quote, मेरे नज़दीक तो अब ये बहस ही फजूल है. इस वक्त ना हज़रत अबू बकर सिद्दीक हैं ना हज़रत अली. वो दौर गुज़र गया. अब तो ये तहकीकात चाहिए कि अब खिलाफत का कौन मुस्तहिक है. कुरान शरीफ में खिलाफत के बारे में सरीह पेशगोई थी. उसके मुआफिक होना ज़रूरी था. और पेशगोइयों के अम्र में रसूल को दखल देने की क्या ज़रूरत थी. खुदा इसका मुतकफ़िल था, जैसा कि सूरह नूर से समझा जाता है. So, this never before seen writing of the promised Messiah, put side by side with the analogy of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq in his will, clearly shows that he too had seen Khilafat as his successorship. And he too, in line with his holy master, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, had chosen not to interfere in a matter that Allah has taken in his own hands. And isn't more than a century of ahmadiyya caliphate a testimony to it being the rightful successorship of the promised Messiah? Is it not through the ahmadiyya caliphate that the message of Islam has reached the corners of the earth? Hence, any debates over this issue have drowned in the abyss of time. Today, we have clear evidence, both from his writings and from the success story of Ahmadiyya Caliphate. Now, what is it that we have to do? We need to be grateful to Allah for this blessing and hold tight to it. This blessing that is very much among us, and we need to be obedient to every word of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih.
पहचान तेरे दम से हमारी।
मेरी तो बहुत अरसा पहले खुदा ताला ने ये तसल्ली करवाई हुई है कि इस दौर में वफ़ादारों को खुदा ताला खुद अपनी जनाब से तैयार करता रहेगा, और मैं तो ऐसे नज़ारे रोज़ाना हर कौम और हर मुल्क में देख रहा हूँ।
लब्बैक मुर्शदी, लब्बैक मुर्शदी।